Howdy everyone, my name is Jake and you're watching FIFAmerica. This is a channel where we talk all about US soccer, and today I wanted to dive deep into a coach that is under the microscope and someone that a lot of US soccer fans are going to be wanting to pay attention to, and that is Jesse Marsch at Leeds United. Now, taking over for any coach at any team is going to be a difficult task, but one that is Marcelo Bielsa at Leeds United is one of the most difficult in world soccer. Marcelo Bielsa is a legend at Leeds United, and for Jesse Marsch, I think this is the right fit, but this is going to come down to the wire in the relegation battle. The core traits of a Bielsa team are pronounced and specific to him, and Jesse Marsch is not that different, but there are very critical and subtle differences among Marsch's teams and Bielsa's teams. So today, I really just wanted to answer the question, has Jesse Marsch made a tangible impact, good or bad, at Leeds United so far in his managerial career? So when he came to Leeds, he was using 4-2-2. He's moved to using a 4-2-3-1 to give a bit more width and control over the game. The games against Norwich and Wolves were just chaotic and really lacked any sense of control. But then the game against Southampton saw Leeds be a lot more settled in the contest. Now, he's had up and down stretches. He lost his first 2 games, then he went on a 5-game unbeaten streak, and now he's come back down to earth after the 4-0 defeat to Man City. However, we can see for Jesse Marsch that the transitional way that his teams go about attacking is a deliberate and rehearsed tactic. The first big change is around possession. So Marcelo Bielsa's sides really like to hold and retain possession. They believe that playing in this brutal and really unrelenting counter-attacking style was the way to go about winning games. Now for Jesse Marsch, he still keeps that high-press counter-attacking style, but sometimes he encourages his team to relinquish possession as he thinks that's the best way to win the ball in dangerous positions and give his team attacking options. This is the first wrinkle in the change that we can see. Bielsa's team had an average possession rate of 54% in the matches that he coached this year, while Jesse Marsch's teams has had about half, 50% of possession in the games that he's coached. We can actually see this in action from a quote from Bielsa's fitness coach with the Leeds team. He said, "We wanted to be a proactive team. The idea was to impose our football on the opponents rather than the other way around. We worked a lot. If we weren't able to make a difference from a technical or tactical point of view, we knew there might be a moment where our physical qualities could help us win a game. We had a demanding style, and it was important for us to be the fittest team in the league." Now, there is no better graphic than the Athletics graphic showing how far and away Leeds were last year in the 2021 season of average sprints per game and average sprint distance. But fitness and tactics really matter only so much if the results aren't following. And Bielsa was having a really tough go this season, and Jesse Marsch's appointment came after a 6-game winless streak for Marcelo Bielsa's side. You have to remember that this was also in the middle of a crucial relegation battle that is still ongoing with Marsch as the coach. Using expected goals for and expected goals against, we can get a relative sense of how each team has been doing under each coach throughout the league season. Bielsa's team this season had a 1.25 expected goals per game, while Marsch's teams have had 1.33. The advantage is slightly for Marsch, but honestly, this statistic was not significant enough to give an advantage either way. I think where we can see a real difference is in expected goals against. For the Bielsa teams this season, he had an average expected goal against of 1.97, while Marsch's teams have averaged 1.44. This is a half goal every game that they are giving up less under Jesse Marsch, while scoring more and having a higher expected goals rate than the Bielsa side. The expected goals against should show you just how much Jesse Marsch has focused on controlling and solidifying the defensive side of Leeds United. Here's how Marsch actually describes the mentality change for the team. "We have a term we call 100 to 70. It means that in certain moments, I want the players to slow down a little, not always physically, but in their heads too. Have a little bit more poise and control in how we construct the next play." I think we can actually see this in practice with the Leeds team now, in the way that they pick their moments to go in the high press, and sometimes they are moving back into their shape and organizing after they lose the ball. Again, if we're taking the expected goals and the expected goals against, then we can see that Bielsa's sides were expected to lose by 0.72 expected goals per game, while Marsch's teams were expected to draw or lose by 0.11. You can say what you want about the amount of data that we have or the difficulty in opponents, But the raw facts are that Bielsa's sides were gaining 0.92 points per game this season and Jesse Marsch is at 1.38 points per game. These are real points, these are not expected points. 1.38 points per game across the whole season would be good enough for 9th in the table right now, and a manager that is highly sought after, Graham Potter at Brighton, is currently averaging 1.25 points per game, just for something to compare it to. Now, I can't wrap this up more perfectly than a Leeds fan on an Athletic comment, where he said the only thing that matters now is Jesse and the team having one more point on May 22nd than the team in 18th place. The rest can be sorted out this summer, and the only real time to start evaluating what Jesse is doing systematically throughout the club, top to bottom, is next season. He was brought in to protect an investment, indeed to salvage it, and that's his job right now, no more or less. Now, one could argue that he's doing a bit more than that right now, and at the same time, Everton has just beaten Chelsea, led by Frank Lampard. They are now only 2 points behind, but they have a game in hand on both Leeds and Burnley. Burnley are on a 4-game winning streak, which they have not had all season under Sean Dyche, who was recently sacked. So Jesse Marsch, while he was looking safe only 2 weeks ago, is now in a fight for his life with Leeds United to help them stay up. This is honestly one of the most exciting relegation battles that I've seen in my lifetime, and whoever goes down is probably going to have one of the higher point totals for relegated teams that we've seen in the last few decades. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you learned something new, I would ask you kindly to subscribe and boot that like button for me so more people can find this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on FIFAmerica. Peace.